Okay, let's get a little bit more over here. And just settling in to a nice, soft, cushy sofa. And you start to relax and sink in. And then we start to drift. But if we could stay with that, up everybody up, that moment when you relax, let go, just starts to naturally sink in. And you don't drift. There's a lot of that's the Aikido zone. Oh, do it again. So we're just, it's your body feeling. Oh. You sort of sink into that. You can do that with your mattress too. But oh boy, okay. Oh, that feels good. And then it starts to drift. But getting kind of alert, awake there in that moment. Find your breathing starts to get deeper. We don't realize it because we go there, we start to drift. Oh my God, done. No, you're not. It's just the beginning. Okay. So one of the things that let's say we're doing right here is I'm reacting to an outer situation. Okay. Oh. I do that. Go back here, settle. And what that does do, it starts to keep moving. All right. I'm out here. Now, I can be right here. Okay. We're just going to go that first part. Settle in. Start the positive flow. I'm reacting. Settle in. Okay. All right. We're just going to do that seated for a little bit. Okay. So let's pair up. So slower. It's one of the things that speed is a little too quick. There's nothing quick about that at all, except that the more relaxed I am, the quicker it moves. You know what I mean? Oh, got that lesson from what I was going to say. Learn to wait. Why? Because it's too quick. And you have a hitch in this one. Learn to wait. You got a quicker back. And there's nothing fast about that at all. Okay. All right. Here we go. Goes the other way too. Okay. Goes the other way too. Boom. 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 That way. It looks fast. If you came with fast, it really is another zone. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Let's try one. Okay. So what we're trying to do a little bit is, there's a moment when you kind of look, they settle into a nice cushy sofa, or conversely, you lie down on the bed and just let go. And then we drift. But there's that moment right there where you just feel yourself kind of sinking, your weight goes under. Okay, so what we're doing right here, you're already out here.
Okay.
Take that second or two. It's experiential. You know, it's been what a day. Finally, I can sit in the sofa, sink in a little bit, and let go. Okay. Now we drift, but there's that second when we kind of get it and we start to sink in. Okay, and that's what we're trying to capture here. Okay. Now you're busy out here. Sink, settle into that sofa. Let go. Easy, open, settle. Okay. Now there's a motion. Okay? Now this motion, even though it's a given, you're extended. Push and you're extended. I'm not extended, but off the extension, there's this motion. Yeah, so there's no lift to it. So just go. Now we're kind of twisting it. Hello, scratch yourself. Go this way. Scratch your head. You're not going to do this. Semi-natural motion now. Okay. Now see, that push gets you in trouble. To push, I push back. And then the act of grabbing. Yeah. Now that elbow motion. It's simple. It's simple. You're trying to do something. You wouldn't do that. Oil your wrist. The joints. That's a little too much. I'm learning Aikido. Yes, that's the problem. I know you do. So you're going to learn how to not do. Okay. Okay. Now you're leaning. Now you're lifting. Quiet it down. Okay. Now you're putting all your weight. You're going to move my weight. You're not going to do that. If you move my weight, you create me to have more weight. That's just the way it works. So easy, open, settle. And now you're too quick. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world that can drag you down. You're in a nice, cushy place where you can just sort of sink in. And before you start to drift, now you're already in this. Let's recalibrate that. I'm a basketball scout. You've got a horrible shot. Okay, but I think you have a feel for the game, and we can, over a period of time, work on that shot, but you don't, relax. So you don't want to be out here. Put your life in that nice, cushy place. And that moment before you just see how the elbows going up, it's a simple motion. I wouldn't do this. See, we learn all that because we're learning. Good. And you sort of get it when there's a weightless feeling. Weightless. Okay. And where you are, there's a nice breeze. You're trying to lift the wind to sort of kind of invigorate you. Okay.
Oh, that's fair.
Right.
Thank you.
This motion. See, there's weight here, but I get caught up in moving away. I'm not getting it. Okay. In that nice cushy chair, you got to get up and turn the TV on. There you have a remote. You have a remote. We're trying to make things easy for you. Get you out of the habit of, oh God, I got to do this again. My life sucks.
Oh my God, I'm
So
happy
just
I got to
relax,
come
relax, and this is a little bit of a easy. Oh, yes, that's a recalibration. It's a recalibration. You just had a wonderful move. Okay, now you're going, da, da, da. You're trying to figure it out. There's nothing to figure out. It's just a feeling play. Better. There's still tightening. When you tighten, you create weight. We're not into weight, we're into energy. You try to move me, I have weight. Yes, true. All right, you're gonna put your weight into my weight. But if our energy starts to move, and you want to lift this. Oh yes. Now with two hands it's trickier, but it's really the same thing. See, your elbows are tightening. See what I mean? It's like you got to get up and turn the TV on, and you have a remote. All right. Okay. Likewise, the phone rings in the other room. No, you have a cell phone. It's right where you are in that cushy chair. Relax. Okay, good. Yeah. It's a feel. It's a feel. So what I want you to do is grab, and I want you to pinch the whole firm. Okay? It's this motion. And you'll feel me. Then my elbows try to move you, and I can do this. It's an energy flow. Because what Nadeau Sensei says, that's the feel experience as opposed to the thought about it. Open. Open. Oh, yeah. When you do, the more natural you are, the more powerful you are. And we tie yourself in knots with all this stuff. The way Bruce Lee put it, it's a daily reduction, not a daily addition. You've been adding a lot. But today it starts to reverse. You start to find you as opposed to all these twists out there. The life kind of made, okay, I got this, I got this, I got this. Now we're trying a bunch of twists. Let's go. Okay. It's up, 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 up. Okay. All right. So whatever the movement, just where you are, there are a lot of good words. Words by themselves, words, words, words. Be easy. That means relax, let go. Open. Open. Settle, which means your weight starts to settle naturally down. It's like you sit in something that's nice and cushy. You don't have to go, ah. And I'm so uptight about so many things out there that I can't relax. Easy, let go. Oh, natural. It's the most natural thing. Again, Bruce Lee put it, he said, it's a daily reduction. I got about 8 unnatural moves there. Starting with the wrist, the elbow, and positioning to move weight. So when you're in that place where you're letting go for that nice cushy sofa, before you start to drift and zone out, that's where we're going to try to play. Okay? Huh? There's no lift in this motion. That's a lift. This is what we're doing. Of course, it bends, but the lift. Huh? A helium balloon. We're going to travel in a balloon. Isn't that fun? Can't get that balloon off the ground. Well, it's okay. We finally did. Now we're in the air, looking at life from a very different perspective. There's still gravity, there's still Earth there, right? You're not going to float into outer space, believe me. But all of a sudden, okay. Now the point is here, I'm not trying to mess with him or anything, but I'm also giving you, because yes. Now, lighten the weight in your elbow and grease your wrist. Okay, good. See, the more naturally you do it, the more powerful you are. And it's not power, I'm going to make you move. It's more like, yeah, I got a good path here. Why don't we share it for a little bit? You can maybe see that it's a good path for you. Maybe yes, maybe no, but come along with me for a couple of steps. Loose, easy. My energy's flowing. One of the things, there's too much going on in this, or it's a flow. So easy, open, kind of settled. Well, that's good. Well, so now we're going to walk a circle, but I'm going to walk a circle. Now we're going to get this connection first. And I've been in a balloon, not in the last couple of decades. It's kind of cool. You go up north in wine country and you stay at one of those things, and you rent a balloon ride, and it's kind of cool. get a whole different perspective on the world, don't you? Yeah, kind of cool. As opposed to, okay? So, standing, what we're doing, this movement, walk a circle. Okay, keep the partner you got. Okay. Yeah, okay. Now, one of the things here. Easy. Easy. Okay? So what you do, now we're going to do bend your knees a little bit, but don't walk your weight. Okay? All right, now. Easy. No, it's not a lifting motion. Okay? That's the beginnings of it. Now, you're sinking into something soft and so they can let go and all that insanity is just for a bit. Now then we start to drift. So we're just trying to stay in that original moment. Good, 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 good. Okay, good. Now we're gonna work on this. And just go this way. See, this is like a sword. Yeah, you grab. I'm gonna raise my sword. Or the hand blade, okay? But it's not a tense motion. So now that's lifting. Okay, you want me to lift myself. Your key connects to my key, and we walk together, don't we? Yeah. Right? Yeah, now right there. A lot of weight there. Let go of it. I've been carrying this around and I've been carrying all this stuff around all day. I'm going to settle in and let go. I'm going to feel my weight naturally settle. Things are going to lighten up. Then I start to drift. We're not going to drift. Okay, good. Okay, yeah. How fast is Stephen Curry's shot? You see it because he gets it over the defender. I don't know how fast it is. It's not this. You see them try to block it, it's out and goes, stays up there forever, and then it goes like that. And it's like, wow, magic. So lighten up. Now, before you do that, I'm going to put you in the NC2A tournament. You got to make a free throw to win the game. But you make 1 to tie and 2 to win. There's a lot of pressure in there. But easy, right there. You do it all the time in practice. Good. That's 1. Now for the NC2A championship. See, that's a little bit more. Give the 10th right there. Relax even more. Double relax. Okay, good. There's a particular zone there. You see what I mean? I'm trying to drift. I'm reacting. Yeah. That's what we want to hit. That's what we want to hit. We want to hit that zone. It's very hittable for you. I'm black belt supposed to hit it more than somebody new, but yeah. You're going into my weight. Huh? I'm going into your weight. No, let go of that. I'm going to sink in a little bit. Okay, good. So that's, yeah. You want it to where, yes, you have weight, yes, you have mass, you have gravity, but for that moment in T, we're in a balloon ride looking at things from a different perspective. You want to carry all the junk and, the stuff that's worrying me. I might as well just enjoy the balloon ride, right? Then another thing is, that's a state where I operate better. Maybe I don't have to create all this stress. You see what I mean? Yeah. And now you're thinking. When you think, you get in the way of it. So it's a feel. Settle into it. I'm going to lie down on a mattress. and you don't have to worry about anything for a while. Now we drift off. I just want you to be in that moment where you start to sink into the mattress. Okay, now, too quick. See, this isn't quick at all. It's about that speed. Okay, see, what moves is him. Oh, I see. I've got, no. Hold there for a bit. Now, you're out here. Settle in like you're sitting in a cushy chair. You're sinking in before you drift. Point your fingers to the ceiling. Good, 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 good. When you find weight, readjust. Okay, I let go. All right. All right. Okay. So a very important basic. Okay. See, a lot of Aikido, in the old days, people used to talk about chi flow. Okay. So how do you turn that flow on? By letting go. You let go. So again, easy. Relax. Relax and easy are about the same. I'm easy with it. Doesn't work, I go again. Okay. Open. All I see is that, and I got to move that and open. This whole thing right here is set up to something that doesn't have to concern you at all. It can pull you out of your center. So be easy with it. If I can be easy, I can open. The weight naturally starts to settle more underneath. All the beginnings of ground or base or whatever it is. It's not just a thought idea. That's why I'm kind of going, this feels good. Whoa. But what if we could operate from there? Okay, another situation. What if we could, by doing this, the situations out there have a flow to them? Yeah, you're still going to run into weight and everything like that out there, but maybe we find a better way. Okay, so that's Aikido. Yes, ki and my ki are in opposition. So what if we could just put them in confluence right here? I ki. Okay. He weighs a certain amount. How much does the ki weigh? Nothing. There's no weight at all. You measure it in other ways other than weight. But I get so good at moving his weight, yeah, see, I'm getting better. All right. So whatever the movement happens to be, okay, boom. Boom. You're kind of coming from that zone. So everybody up. Easy. Put yourself somewhere. You're on a balloon ride. You're looking at the earth from a very different perspective. And it's safe. You're not on a crazy journey in a balloon ride to somewhere bad. You're just floating over wine country. Now you could obsess about all your problems and what's going on at work and everything, but you might as well let go of it. And wouldn't it be nice to realize that that's a much more efficient way of dealing with things? Because when we do this, our energy flows. My energy is not flowing, it's flowing into everything and tightening and twisting and trying to deal with that out there. It's all out there. So I'm just trying to reprogram what's in here. Easy. Open. As you settle, the weight naturally starts to settle more under. So things like base, ground, center to some degree, okay? They come out of settle. Everything's out there and I'm trying to fix it out there and it's getting worse. Easy. It's a magic word. Open. You're on a balloon ride. Settle. And my breathing starts to kind of deepen. My heartbeat. The breathing starts to sync up a bit more. And I'm in that zone where I'm settling into that balloon ride, or I am settling into that nice cushy sofa, and I'm just before I start to drift, and that's where we want to be able to get to like that. Okay, makes sense. All right. Now, nothing crazy like he grabs my wrist. Okay, good. Now what we did, we did this motion. Now this is another attachment. This, this. Why is it not working? I didn't turn the power on before I switched the switch. Same thing. Why isn't this working? Power is not on. Now I can turn the switch. What's turning the power on? Easy, open, settle. Other than that, my energy goes into too many twisted things at the same time, and I feel under pressure. Okay? This one, that one. No, instead of fighting, we're going to take a nice walk together and bond. Got it? Good. Boom. If you miss, relax, go again. Okay? So it's just another circular move, but this attachment, not this one. They're both important. Okay? Let's change partner. Yeah. Got it? Good. Boom. Right. Give me a squeeze there. Good. Boom. See that fan? I can turn it on, but if it's not collected the power, it's not going to fan, is it? I got to plug it in, get the current, and then I flip the switch. Okay? Grab it. How come nothing's happening? I relax, settle, open, boom, I flip the switch. The fan does what the fan is supposed to do. In fact, let's go for a nice walk. It's more fun than, being at odds. Okay? That's the feeling of it. Okay? All right? Keep going. Okay, we got all those fans. Okay? I'm flipping the switch. Nothing's happening. I better check to see whether the power's on. Power's on. Boom. Yeah. Then we can go for a walk. Or a little run. Okay? How do you turn it on? Easy, relax, settle. It's that place where you go into something nice and soft and start to sink in. And right before we start to drift off, that's the zone. That's what turns the power on. Then just we have a fan or we have an appliance. Okay? Go again. Come on. Okay, so you can get some results just this way. But, now, if you do that before you turn the power on, and now, easy, relax, it'll turn the power on. Good. It's a little like you got a nice fan on a hot day, but you never turn it on. Because power's never been collected before, but now the power is connected. Easy, open, settle. Good. Come on. Okay, now that's a pull. Yeah. Keep the palm attached so you feel good. See, a lot of times your enlightenment can go right out. It's at your fingertips, but you're going to go like that. What's going on? I don't feel anything. So you hold this way. Boom. Oh, wow. Then you're in the direct experience of it. Grab on. Good. Boom. Let's go for a nice jog. Okay? We got some energy here. All right? We're not trying to beat each other. We're just out there in the experience of our feet going the same direction. Okay? Did you get that? Now, this can be done And all that does is teach you the muscle form. Oh, that's good, boom. Okay. Sometimes the hardest thing in the world is making a connection and getting energy to move. Right? Right. Only we could work together. Okay, maybe I got a proposal, but I have to really that'll get my energy together, make a good presentation, and maybe instead of fighting it, you'll say, "Yeah, I want to be a part of it." Okay? It's that's the IQ, right? I mean, we got this horrible thing with the war going on in Ukraine. Why can't people just get along? Why do we have to kill one another? Gun crimes and everything like that. It's a crazy world. So since it created IQ, though, you cure that. But you got to sort of know what the lesson is of it. Okay? Okay, keep going. Yeah. Okay, now let's try this one. Okay. So it's the same thing. Okay, I'm out here. Boom, boom. This is, again, like the fan. I disconnect the power cord. I can flip the switch. Nothing's going to happen. Connect it. Flip the switch. If it doesn't work, I have better call the power company and say, look, what's going on? But if it's connected, there's a flow. I flip the switch. The appliance moves, correct? Okay. It's kind of the same thing right here. How do we flip the switch? Easy, relax, settle. Okay, now you're still out here trying to check, and you're going to get stressed out because like being a parent, what's my kid doing? What's my kid doing?
Sure.
Always trusted my daughter because she always made really good decisions. Her mom created a lot of resistance and a lot of resentment. Because her mom kind of said, I feel like I failed, you're going to be me. And I said, no, you're going to be you. Okay, yeah, okay. So right there, before you try to flip the switch, easy, relax, settle. Okay, good. All we're doing is giving you a Bruce Lee lesson. It's a daily reduction. You don't add more twists, more tricks. You get better every day at easy, relax, settle. Flip the switch, the power is on. How do you get the power on? Easy, relax, settle, go. Okay, good. Now walk. Let's go for a walk. You got momentum here. The room is yours.
Yeah.
You got a good presentation. Keep going.
Busy.
Okay. You see that feeling a little bit? I suppose I got to drag everybody along. It's like, no. Yeah, see what I mean? It's and I get better at dragging people along, but all of a sudden I'm all worn out and stressed. I got nothing more to give. Right? Yeah. I mean, it's kind of backwards. I mean, Bruce Lee kind of like, these forums are good, but they create a limited understanding. So I got to go past just this style and that style to find what I'm about. See what I mean? So yeah, I'm not Bruce Lee, but I think a lot of what he says is cool. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Hello. We're doing an Aikido class, so if you yeah, but it's nice. You can watch and see what it's about, okay? All right. That's encourage release. Not a rest release. Got it?
No.
Try it. Try it. No, he doesn't do that. Sure. Oh, full extension, off the jump, quick. Yeah. Get to the top, a little quicker. Now right here, put your hand on me. Okay, that's a block shot. Do it again. Okay, good. Now do it again. It's not rushed. but you don't think I'm going to get there and there. Shot pocket, I'm there. Okay, you're supposed to shoot it. Good, that's better. Good, now we're gonna, this is Aikido going, let's something down here. Same motion. Good, I guess we'll see the harder he holds. Well, I gotta relax and boom. Ideally, I want you to not know where it hits you, but you like it. And say, I think I could get by with that. You know what I mean? On, open. No, easy, open, settle. You got to get your energy moving before you flip the switch. Stop. Stop. Get your energy moving. Oh, okay. That's from 30 feet with nothing but net. Now you're starting to pull. This is waiting so well for something else. Good. Walk. Now you're trying to pull away. Just walk. You got such a good. You're Draymond Green and I'm Kevin Durant. And yeah, we both had a bad experience in the playoffs. But I think I want to join your team. I think I want to play for you. That's about it. And Durant was Durant, but all of a sudden, I'm thinking, okay, good. Should have won 3 titles together, but people started getting hurt. Okay? You have a feeling? You're not forcing it. KD, you come over here. Hey, look, we can really use you. You're the only thing we're missing right now. Why don't you come on over? We can win a couple of titles. Yeah, I'm going to play for you guys. That feeling. And what did Draymond do? He made a very good presentation that led Kevin decide to join the Warriors. And the rest of the league thought that was total crap, but it was sure fun for us. Okay, all right? Now that you've got the room, keep it. You see that feeling of, I don't know if I'm ready or not.
Okay.
You see what I mean? That's so natural. Boy, do we have all these tapes that sabotage us. You see what I mean? It's really interesting that Aikido is supposed to be a mirror. And so when we look in the mirror, we don't like what we see, we can change it. But if we don't have a mirror to look at, then oftentimes you just keep doing the same stuff. Okay? Keep going. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I remember there was a think tank group in the 70s, and they were kind of a pain in the butt. But they came up with interesting things, like, Aikido, the way of harmony. And so they said, no, you should call it United Energy Way. Why? Because really what you're doing is creating, by blending, a unification. Okay? A unification. Harmony is when you can't have harmony with just one thing. 2, there's a unity to the 2. There's a harmony, an accord. And when that happens, it's pretty cool. That's what we're trying to build in Aikido, is that unity. So we're fundamentally different. I'm going to be better and kick your butt. Yeah, that may be the case. Yeah, something. If you just measure in terms of technique or whatever it is, yeah, it's probably what's it. Well, I got to get good enough where I can get that size out. It motivates you, but it's a small way of looking at things. And when you can say, what I was mentioning was one of the main warrior enemies was Kevin Durant. He played for another team. He was otherworldly good. What did he do? He became a free agent and joined the Warriors. Why don't you come with us? Yeah, that's stuff you want to do, the next level you're going to touch. Let's join us instead of competing against us. And he went, okay. And so, you know, I mean, that's sports and everything like that. It doesn't always work out that way, but it was a beautiful example of somebody who's an opponent becoming a teammate. Okay? So that's a lot of what we're trying to do with the Aikido. Okay? Now, what we can do here, for example, okay, now he grabs here, okay, and then we go this way, all right. What if he grabs a little higher, all right? What do I do? Come on. And, you know, if he's sort of thinking he's going to grab and maybe punch, I'm going to distract him. Get to here. Okay. No, reach for, and I'm going to feel my way there. Thump. Rotate. You can be strong right there. Oh, I can't turn the wrist. Okay, rotate your hip. Turn the wrist. Now, what we're going to do is just simply trade sides. What happens when I sit in that nice cushy chair, get some ground, instead of trying to dust him off or push him away, I'm saying, why don't you come on in? Then you feel motion, easy on the first couple, because you're stretching somebody's wrist. So right about here, if it's a more aggressive person right here, you're not hitting them, but you're taking their attention. I go here, he's got, you know, I open him up again for so you feel the way there. That's the weight underside again. Thumb finds thumb, palm finds the back of the hand. Who wants to come into my ribs? Oh, I have something to say about it. It's a blend. Don't get too carried away with this punch stuff because all of a sudden it's not a karate match. Okay. Feel your way. Thumb finds thumb, palm finds the back of the hand. Little ring, middle index finger, and then rotate your hip, and then turn the wrist. Change side. See, when I start to relax and let go, he does too. I'm going to get you. You know, we need to have a conference and just make sure we remember we're teammates. Okay, all right. So we're just going to do the Katadori Yukio sequence. It's very similar to what we've been doing. Okay. We're sinking into that same sofa or that, you know, he's sitting in his own chair. Has a little to do with how much pain you generate, but warning here, it can be very intense. It'll be easy with your partner, easy but efficient. Okay, let's change partner. Okay, so keep on. Now, easy with it. You see, you're both settling into that soft surface, aren't you? I mean, it can be intense. Okay, I'm not saying it's not intense, but it's not about sharp pain. Okay, keep on. Right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Now, one thing you can do a little bit like this, once you put that foot forward, so forward, yeah. Okay. Now we're going to be light on the wrist, but instead of stop, now put your other hand down. Palm first, down on the ground. No. Yeah, good. And now you have a support. Okay. Okay, and just stretch out onto your tummy without landing on your chin. Okay. Don't hit your head. Put your belly down before the head. Okay. Get your legs back so you don't smash your knees if it's applied quick. I mean, if you really put this on somebody, they don't know how to take a fall. They can break both knees, they can hit their head, you can do all this stuff. So we teach you how to receive it so that you don't get hurt. This stuff is not non-violent because it doesn't work. It's just a lot of times you really get it to where it works. You can really mess somebody else, so you teach them how to do it safely. That's what we do. It's not a competition. So one of the things here, he's big and he's strong. Okay. Now, right about here, if he puts his hand down, palm down, he has something to stretch out with. And he kicks his legs back, and his belly touches before his face. Okay? And that's about it. Okay? Now, for example, here, to put that foot forward, and now, be in that nice soft surface. Good. Now, step back with his foot. Big step, big step, big step, bigger. Okay. Now, in case I'm thinking about something, you distract. Now, don't push down. Let your weight settle. Yes. Now, look at me. Not at your hand. So feel your waist, feel the thumb. Put your palm in the back of my hand. Keep the thumb where it is. It's good. Don't grab that way. You feel my palm. Don't grab that way. Put your little finger down first, then your ring, then your middle finger, then your index finger. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to turn your hip towards me. Okay, good. Now twist my wrist. Okay, now you're going to put that foot forward. And this hand, now that foot back. Create space. Okay, now right here. Okay, keep that as party. Relax. You want to put your weight on my wrist. Don't. Settle into that armchair. Oh, okay, now don't do that too fast. Okay, settle into that armchair. Keep that back of the. Okay, now if you do that, then you're in trouble. You don't want your center to break right there. Okay, now your grip is faulty. Don't look. Feel. You feel the base of my thumb? No, don't grab yet. Put your palm in the back of my hand. Don't grab yet. Now, let go of your fingers. Put your little finger down first, then your ring finger, now your middle finger, now your index finger. Okay, now you step back. That should be that. Okay, that should be against you. Okay. Okay. Well, actually, we followed the feet up. Put that. And your lead shoulder. So I'm going to slip off. So put it a little bit underneath your collarbone. Now, go in. So you're not leaning back. Oh, yes. So, okay, good. Now extend down. Yes. Okay. All right. That's a lot to remember right now. You don't have to get this today. The habits are getting there. Mainly what's important right here when you're coming in this way. That moment before you drift and just settle into a mattress or a cushy chair. That's what we want. It becomes real quick. See, we can do this really quick. Okay. So we get really good at relaxing and focusing. And then your energy flows. Okay? All right? Okay. Okay, now we kind of got to look at that. Okay. Well, mainly what I see. You're leaning into with your weight. Don't. See, what am I doing right here? If I'm in one of those balloon rides over flying countries, the world looks very different down there. Okay? I don't want to get into putting my weight into it.
Okay.
And so I'll put that foot forward. Okay, now the other hand goes here. Okay, now you're poised. Now put a little higher. See the collarbone? Put it under there. If it's too low, it flips.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Now, firm but not tight in the hand. Okay. Now your mind is active in what you're going to do here. That's good enough. Settle into that chest. That's the thought. It's not the experience.
Oh.
It's close.
Good thought.
Oh yes. Yeah. See, that's the problem because we understand it, but we don't know it yet. You know, there's learning it. That's good. It's not knowledge yet. And then once you have the knowledge, it's maybe a little distant from the feel experience of it. That's what I'm saying. What am I doing here? I could just come on. I could settle. Try to get some version of what we're talking about. Here, this starts to bark at you for after a while. So it's not a good thing in this culture. Easy. Open, settle. My mind wants to move and it gets really active and it creates stuff out there that creates obstacles for me. I just wanted to, enough of that. I'll spend the whole day now. I'm just going to have a little me time here. I'm going to sit in my favorite sofa. Oh, I have a remote, so I want to turn the TV on. I have to get up and turn it on. I have a cell phone, so I don't have to go to the other room to answer a call. Here I am. Okay? Now, touch your toes under. We'll just kind of, just for a second.
Honestly, no, I can't.
Well,
Sorry,
okay,
my toes
then
are
stand up,
so-
stand up. So, why don't you two go, okay? Okay, now what I want you to do is train your body without training your knee in. Go like this. See here. Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Now you start out a little in the square side. Get the thumb in that grip. See the back of my wrist? Plug it in right underneath the collarbone. Yes, that's not going to slip. Settle your weight. Now turn your hip. Oh, okay. In sequence is a proper fit. You can get a lot of information just by kind of doing stuff. But I'm kind of like Stephen Curry. I'm teaching a basketball camp, and there's somebody there. He was the first major star to teach camps for women. Why? Because certain women said, Steph, there are no camps for us. He said, okay, there are camps for you now. I just started one. But you see somebody with a lot of potential, but they're all tied up with ideas. So he's got to say, okay, we'll put this gradually. By the end of my camp, this is what I want. Because you have habits, some of which depends on you can have fun playing. If you want to get to the level and you have talent, I want you to slowly work on these things. If you get them enough, you can work on your own and get better. Okay? So that's what I'm kind of doing. I'm kind of like trying to be Stephen Curry, and you are at my basketball camp, and I'm trying to say this is what you can work on. So first of all, thumb first, palm second, little finger, ring, middle, good. Now, position, see that? Right under there, the back. Everything else will flip.
Okay.
Good. Okay, now, put this hand here, but don't put any weight in it. Once you get that, and the bend in the elbow is important. Don't try to bend the elbow. Settle your weight. Settle. Oh, keep going. Keep going. Now turn your hip. Okay. It's the hip turn at the end that finishes the movement, not what you do with the wrist. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, Well, for me, I mean, I had a school going, and then, sudden the pandemic hit, the school closes. We're here. Yeah. And so what happened more than anything else is, I got a lot of time, so I got to go over everything more like, okay, visualize, feel. It was actually quite good because sometimes just get too busy teaching classes and we're going to do that. Well, I don't have much of that right now. So, it's like a problem in theoretical physics. I'm at my patent office. I'm trying to be Albert Einstein. I'm going to visualize the universe in a way nobody has seen it. Okay? So that's a little bit what this is a bit. And, we all have habits that we just need to update. And the way Bruce Lee put it is daily subtraction, not an addition. You keep adding out there. It's like, enough. Okay, all right. Okay. Okay. All right. Couple of thoughts on this one. Let's just, all right. The Nikyo movement. It's really hard to do if the arm is straight. Now, what you do is sometimes, okay, I'm going to bend the arm. No, you're just trying, let's say he grabs you, oh, yeah, that works too. There's a natural bend here. If he straightens the arm, then what happens? Nikyo is better. You see what I mean? But if he's got the straight arm, and he's going to come at me with the other hand, he has to bend that arm in order to do that. So, I got to. And don't get too caught up in whether you can be hit or not, because it's a consideration. If the technique is sloppy, you have lots of fear openings. But if all you want to do is just close your opening, no, it's really about we close our openings together. We educate one another. Okay. The Warriors have this rookie who's absolutely wonderful, and he's a rookie. When they play him, occasionally he's the best guy on the court. But he's a rookie, so he doesn't know a lot. But the champions are kind of getting him soaked in that championship vibe, so he's growing. You can't get it in one day. But if he was with a horrible team where everybody's messing and competitive and we don't want you on the floor, I want to be in there, then all of a sudden he wouldn't learn much other than it's a cutthroat league. But the best people to learn from are people who kind of have that in their walk, so to speak. So he comes in. First of all, I'm going to make sure because I go here, then okay, so I give him a distraction. Now I go like this. He says, I got you. So boom, be in the feel of it. Now right here, we're mentioning thumb, the base of thumb. Palm finds the back of his hand. This is all feel. If I start to do this, he starts to get very testy. Okay, now he's got a strong wrist. I'm going, what do? Rotate your hip before you turn the wrist. Get to here. Now, if his arm stays straight, there's a better technique. It's called Nikyo. But with the bend in the arm, Nikyo, okay, now right here, I'm going to now we're an arm camp versus an arm camp. We're starting to negotiate towards something that's better than a war. And I might say, you're going to have to make some sacrifices to make this work, but I'll be with you, and I'm going to make there's concessions with me. It's going to look like you're going to be doing more for a while. We want to build to where actually a working association. Not, okay, you got to do this because if you don't, we'll bomb you. That would be nice. Okay, well, since I created Aikido to stop war, we didn't create Aikido to stop war by giving us more missiles than anybody else. We just wanted us to examine ourselves. Think what happens when we start to be able to put energy and energy together. You unify A and B. You create something that's distinctly different. Okay? So, just right about here, that motion going a bit more. Well, this is where it breaks down for a lot of people. In fact, I said there, he pushes my elbow. He's got the technique. So if he pushes the elbow, when he actually helps me out. He wants to stand up. Okay, good. He stands up into this. Yeah. Okay, so thank you. That's a couple of the tips. I was kind of saying to her that, you know, what I'm trying to be. You're all at my basketball camp and I'm Stephen Curry. I'm going to give you a couple of tips on certain things that you might not get from your stupid coach. Okay. High school basketball coaches, with a couple of exceptions, probably mess you up more than help you. Okay. You have otherworldly talent. You should go to college with a lot of bad habits. And if you have a good coach there, they clean you up. And if you don't, you go into pros and you get a lifestyle for a while, and then you kind of flunk out because everybody there is gifted. But I like what Curry does, which is he encourages people. He has camp for people that nobody pays attention to. He has camps for women. And I'm sure what he does is he will work, show them what women do. So this is what, just explain what a movement is, when the movement, how the movement, the nuances of, just to kind of, teach them enough. He's so old now that a lot of times they draft people, and the kids they draft were at his basketball camps. So this is kind of like, I mean, there's nothing about it because I've been doing this for some god awful amount of time. So just in terms of breaking down the nucleo, nucleo's infinite. Information is not knowledge. We're learning information. At some point, it starts to become knowledge. Good. When you're at knowledge, you're about third there. Then there's that two-thirds called, you go through the feel, experience, being of it. That's just the nature of it. Most people don't get past the learning, but the fact is, you learn for a level, the level of knowledge shows you begin to touch the feel experience level. You never stop learning. You stop learning, you stagnate. That technique that we're just doing right now, all those movements, I go back to what I thought when I understand it. I was like, no, I didn't understand anything. Because I was into all these tricks out there. And so literally, I mean, one of the real important things, it's just, the amount of time you spend in the dojo is actually a couple times a week, but the practicing in situations, being easy. Open. Learn to settle. That's when your energy starts to flow. And then what I notice a lot of times, I start stumbling over things and running into things. Easy, open, settle. I establish my own energy to flow, and my environment to kind of not pacify itself, but it's like, oh, I'm bumping into everything today. It's easier back. And then somebody grabs your wrist or something like that. It's not a whole new set of things that you need to get into. You've been practicing. So, if you're standing in line, you could be looking at your cell phone, or you could be easy, open, settle. Or if you got a couple of minutes by yourself, there's that moment when you settle into something cushy and soft before you drift. And if we could just extend that in motion, in interaction, that's where the harmony is. Because we're establishing a balance within us. And when we do that properly, that extends into who we're working with. And it extends through that person, through the movement we're working on. Other tips, nucleo, I've bungled it so many times, but I learned this nucleo because one of my teachers, I'd go up after class because it was so good. And I'd say, please, and he'd give me 20 minutes on this wrist, and then 20 minutes on the other wrist. And about 3 minutes in, I'd want to quit. I was cursing myself for asking. And by the end of the 20 minutes, it was a beautiful experience. Wow. You know what I mean? And so that's where I learned to settle, proper fit, finishing with the hip as opposed to trying to twist the wrist. Those are my things say. Okay? All right. Okay, thank you very much. I mentioned it to David on the way here, but the Friday Zoom classes, we have a couple of special classes coming up. May the 6th, that's Friday, noon to 1. Mary Heine Sensei, one of my old friends from Japan, she's going to come on and, I mean, at that point, I shouldn't talk a lot. I should let her kind of, you know. And then the following Friday the 13th, don't let that put you off. Then the Holiday Sensei is going to come on. So a couple of the really, I mean, you know, they're the best Aikido, among the best in the world. They happen to be women, which is kind of nice. They show that perspective. Okay, so that will be online Friday the 6th of next month and Friday the 13th of next month. So I'll keep announcing that. If I get permission, I'll tape them and put them on YouTube. I don't know whether or not, you know, they want to be taped and put on YouTube. So I'll have to check with them. Okay, thank you. Let me just squeeze through here. Yes. Yeah.